So honestly, I challenge all of you guys to do this. Make a list of 50 things that you only own one of. It will probably surprise you. I know my list surprised me, and I thought it would be really hard and take me a long time to come up with 50 things. So I've been prepping for this video. And then I realized it really only took me 5 minutes to make a quick list. So we're gonna start with my notebook. I only own one notebook. I own this beautiful Bumblebee notebook I think I got for Christmas. And it does great. But when I'm done with this one, I'm gonna go get a new one. I actually wouldn't mind getting one of those that I think you can take notes on it for basically forever and it goes to your Google Drive or something. Anyway, that's in the cards at some point. But the next thing that I only own one of is my water bottle. I own this one white Stanley that I think I got 2 years ago for Christmas, and I really like it. It's great. It does its job. Now, would I get this again? No, but it's perfectly fine. It works like I need it to. I think the only thing I don't like about it is that it does spill when you drop it, and I drop it a lot. So that is a problem. If you're somebody like me who's a little bit clumsy, don't get this water bottle. So the next thing that I only own one of is a pair of jean shorts. So I own one pair of jean shorts. I swear they've gotten shorter this year. So I might get a different pair because I don't usually like my shorts to be that short, but I guess we're all saying that. They shrink, right? The next thing that I only own one of is a pair of black slacks. So this pair is very versatile because they are a stretchy material, and I really like having a pair of black pants because I wear them when I am doing my subbing jobs, because you always have to look a little more professional, or when I go on job interviews. The next thing that I only own one of is I own one cardigan. So I have this one tan colored long cardigan that I wear a lot of times as a jacket because it is very warm. And what I've found is that I'm not a big cardigan person, but I do like to have one to throw over things if I'm running out the door, or if I want to look a little bit nice. I feel like sometimes it can dress up an outfit. And this one I found at Target is perfect. It has usable pockets, which is an essential when you are subbing. And so far, so good. It's washed pretty well in my opinion. And then the next thing that I only own one of in my bedroom is a pair of PJs. So I don't have any formal PJs because I don't like wearing pants to bed, and I don't have a nightgown. But I do have this oversized sweatshirt that I do wear a lot in the wintertime when it's nighttime. I like to get a little cozy. I like to have something that's oversized. And so this is something that I found at the thrift store a few years ago, and I've worn it all the time, especially over the winter. So let's keep going with things in my bedroom. So I have several things on my bed that I only own one of. I own one pillowcase, one set of sheets for my bed, and one large comforter. So the large comforter is great because it's all season. So I only need one and I keep it on my bed at all times. I also only have one fitted sheet because I don't like top sheets, so I don't even have one of those. But I ripped the last one and I haven't actually needed to buy a new one. I found that I've always just taken it off, washed it, and just had that cycle. So that also goes for my pillowcase. I just take it off, I wash it, and I put it right back on that day. Then when it comes to pillows, what I really like about this pillow that I have is it's a king size pillow. So if you're someone like me that sometimes you like to lay in bed and read, I can flip this pillow in half and it's like having two pillows, but I don't have to take care of two. So this I feel like is a great buy, and I have a queen size bed and my husband and I both have king size pillows, and so it actually stretches across the whole bed. So I don't have any extra pillows on my bed. I just have that one for myself. Another thing that I only have one of is one watch. So I have this one Apple Watch that I really enjoy. I've had it for maybe a couple years now, I don't really remember, and it's done great. I don't need any other watches. I used to have a few other that my husband had gifted to me over the years, but I just found this one does everything that I need for it to do, so there was no need to hang on to other ones. Now, other things that I only own one of, I also only own one cell phone case. So I have a clear, kind of ugly cell phone case. It's no big deal, but it protects my phone, so it does what it's supposed to do. I also own one wallet, which is actually on the back of my phone case. It's called a pop socket. I'll link that below if you're interested, but this pop socket is great. It holds my cards. This is the second one I've ever owned. So the one that I had actually wasn't broken, by it just getting old. It actually got thrown, and that's how it ended up breaking the backside of it. But I had it for years, and so now I have this new one, and I'm looking forward to using it for a long, long time. All right, so now we're in my bathroom, and let's go through the things that I only own one of. So the first thing is this body lotion. I only own one body lotion. My grandma gave me this one from Mary Kay. It's mint, has a lovely smell and feel when you put it on. But this mint one is the only lotion I have for my body. And then I own one shampoo bar. This is a purple shampoo bar. And actually, this is the best brand I've ever used. It lathers really easily. It's lasted me a while. It smells amazing. And so I'm definitely going to be getting this brand again. Whether I'm going to get the purple shampoo, I don't know. It kind of depends on whether I need it over the summer, but so far I've been very happy with that one purchase for myself. Then I own one razor. This is actually a man's razor. And this one you can just buy the heads and replace it, so you don't have to buy the whole thing all over again. And while that also just saves our planet by not putting a bunch of plastic in, this razor, the bottom feels very heavy duty. So I'm hoping this lasts for a long time, and I just have to replace the heads as the years go on. Now, of course, women, we love makeup, and I have loved makeup for a long time, but finally I've gotten down where I just buy one of each thing and I go through it, and when it's gone, then I'll buy a new one. So right now I have a Lancome mascara, which I adore. If you have very sensitive eyes, then this is going to be the ticket for you. This Lancome Monsieur Big is the best. I own one foundation, which luckily this is a lighter color, so it's going to take me from where right now we're going into spring, or I guess we're in the middle of spring. And this has done great. I also own one bronzer by Well People, which is an organic company, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been a nice bronzer. It's a little bit dark for me, but with summer right around the corner, it's gonna be fine. I also own one eyeshadow. This is an eyeshadow that really my daughter just likes to play with, and I don't use it very often, but we do have this one eyeshadow we play with. Then finally, the last few things in the bathroom, I own one hairbrush. And what I want to say about owning one thing is that when you only own one of something, you think, or I used to, that I would panic. That what if I lost that or misplaced it? What am I going to do in that moment? But when you only own one of something, when you only own one of something, you actually are much more cognizant of where things are. So this hairbrush, I can always find it in the same place, because even when my daughter uses it, it comes out of the bucket with the hair stuff in our closet right next to me, and then it always goes right back in there. Having one actually makes it easier to find things than when you have multiple. Then finally, I own one bath mat, which I used to not own one at all. I used to just throw a big hand towel on the floor, which also works great. But I wanted something a little more heavy duty. And so this one is great. It's double-sided. So when it gets dirty, I can just flip it over to the other side, and I just hang it over the towel rack when it gets wet, and it dries pretty quickly. So I'm very happy with that purchase. And then finally, I only own one towel. This white towel has seen better days, and I'm hoping to replace it in the next couple months. I'm just trying to get as much wear out of it as possible, but the top is stretchy, which is something that I really like with towels. My husband gets terrified of it and does not like using this towel at all, but it's nice for me. I like that it keeps it up and it's stretchy, but it is like in tatters. It's starting to fall apart. But that is all that I can think of at the top of my head that I own one of in the bathroom. Well, I guess actually I own one hair towel too. So I guess you could add that in. That's a bonus. But now let's go down to the kitchen and let's see the things that I only own one of in there. If you are decluttering and living a minimalist life with us, then throw a heart emoji down below, and let's get into the things that I own only one of in my kitchen. So in my kitchen, I own one set of bowls. Now this comes with two, and that's all the bowls that I own for when I'm cooking and making things with my daughter. And so far that's been great. I haven't needed any more, and luckily those haven't broken yet. I also own one pitcher. So this pitcher is not only just a pitcher for watering my plants around the house, but whenever I do end up getting flowers or picking them for my garden outside, this is what I end up using. I don't have a vase per se. It does just what you need a vase to do. So I've really enjoyed having that. And I think every minimalist kitchen needs a small variety of pans. So I have a small saucepan. I have a larger one that you can do like spaghetti and pasta dishes in. And then I have one frying pan, which I really enjoy, and we use that most of the time. Then when it comes to some smaller stuff that I have in my kitchen, I own one wine/bottle opener. And I love when you can find things that are more than one function. So I used to have another separate wine opener and two other bottle openers, but I just found that I only have the need for one ever. So this one has been great. I also have one set of measuring spoons, which these are stainless steel, so they're gonna last the test of time, which is awesome. And then I have one measuring cup. I think one of the hard things about the little things to me is that often if you go to those cutesy stores like Home Goods, you'll see the cutesy wootsy things like this in like rabbit shape or I don't know, any kind of animal. And I always want to get them because they're so cute. But when you have something that works and you know exactly where it is, you just don't need to keep buying more. So what I've found is that when I know I have this set at home, I know exactly where it is, it stops me from buying the cutesy measuring spoons, for better or worse. So utensil-wise, I own one wooden spoon, which this one's actually brand new. I'm so excited. I had one and it actually just split down the middle. I'd had it for so many years. And so I got a new one. I have one spatula, which is really all that I need. I don't make a whole lot of cakes or things that you need a spatula for necessarily. The wooden spoon I use a lot more. And then I have one of these stainless steel flippers, which again, stainless steel, you don't need to get a bunch of the cutesy stuff or the plastic ones. If you get one good stainless steel one, it's gonna last you a really long time. And then finally, some of the last things that I own one of in our kitchen is I have one baking sheet, which I am determined this summer to clean this baby and figure out what it really needs in order for it to get back to where it has some life left in it. But I own one baking sheet and I also own one cutting board. Now, my lovely brother used it and didn't clean it and used it with, I guess, turmeric maybe, and it left this yellow tint. But it doesn't bother me, and I know I can get it out if I want to. Because we have butcher block countertops, I know how to clean wood now, so kind of a specialist, but it just hasn't bothered me enough for me to take the time to do that. And then also in here, I have one spray bottle, but prefaced by saying that it just broke. The top of it broke off. But because I know I am going to buy one new spray bottle that I use for my cleaning products, I'm gonna say I have one spray bottle. And I also own one mop. This is my favorite mop I've ever had. I actually got it from Target, and it has a little spray part right here, and you can put in your own cleaning liquid for your floor if you want, and it actually has bottom pieces that are reusable. You just wash them and put them back. So this has been a great buy. So I own one mop that I clean my wooden floors with. All right, friends, let's head into my living room and my entry closet and see what I own one of. I hope this is helpful, and if it is, remember to subscribe because 3 videos come out every week and you're gonna miss them if you don't subscribe. All right, friends, welcome to my living room. Let's talk about a few things that I only own one of in here. So the first thing I can think of is I only own one set of throw pillows. I don't have any extra throw pillows for seasons or anything like that. I don't even have throw pillows on the couch we have in our den downstairs because it's kind of the dog's couch and they just ruined the pillows anyway. So my mom actually gave me these beautiful blue pillows. She was getting rid of them, and so those are our throw pillows in here. I also only own one coat. This brown coat I've had for I guess 2 years now, and it's great. Covers your bottom, covers everything that gets cold. It's kind of like wearing a sleeping bag. I wish it wasn't brown. I think a different color would have been better, but so far it's working just like you need it to. And then also I own one hat and one pair of gloves, but let me preface again, that I lost the hat when we were in Italy. I guess, what was that, 2 months ago? And I haven't replaced it yet, but I know I'm going to replace it. So I will have one hat, one winter hat, but I don't have any other hats. I don't even have a sun hat, which I probably could use one, but so far I just use my husband's baseball hats and those work great. I also have one purse, which I'm excited to show you because I don't know if you've seen this. I had a black, what do you call it? Off-brand Lululemon kind of bag that I was using, but it just wasn't quite enough for what I wanted. And I hate having to put it over your head if you didn't want to. And so this one that I got actually has handles, and then it has a much longer strap so you don't have to feel like you're being suffocated when I also have lots of layers on in my coat. I just felt like it was too much. So now I have this purse, which is actually a Madewell brand, but my mom got it for me from the thrift store. So that's exciting. And then a few other things. So I also have one planner. So I really like to write things down. I have an agenda that my husband shares with me online, like a calendar, a Google Calendar, but this is what I use on a daily basis. This is what I write down when I need to get things done, when I have a hair appointment, everything. So I have one physical agenda, and I know this is going to surprise some people, but I actually have one book. I don't have more than one book, and I recently just bought this book because if you read the title, it's something that I needed to work on in my own personal life. Don't sweat the small stuff. But I have one book right now. I've recently decluttered some books, and yeah. So I put them back into our community. We have several little libraries. If you've ever seen any of my other videos, I've talked about how we have 3 in our neighborhood. So I like to share with other people as much as possible. And this is the one that I'm reading right now. And when it's done, I'm going to pass it on. All right, friends, we are so close to being done. But I have also one pair of walking shoes, which these white walking shoes are Levi brand, but they have seen better days. They have been rough, but I just keep washing them. They're working great. But I actually don't have a pair of tennis shoes because I don't run anymore. I tend to just walk. And so having a nice pair of walking shoes made a lot more sense for me. And I also have one pair of slippers, which are Bear Paw brand, which I 100% love. I've had them for several years now, and I just feel like it's a really good brand and they've lasted for a long time. The last thing that I own one of, guys, is a doormat. I don't have any spare doormats. I don't get a doormat every season. I've had this one for a year and a half, 2 years now, and it's done great. And so I have one doormat for every season, and I really enjoyed it. But that's my list. I'd love to hear about what your list is. And this was fun. I mean, actually, it was really fun to walk around my house and just think about the things that I only need one of and how my life has changed and all that nonsense. If you are looking for some extra help, then I would love if you went over to Minimalist.com. I've made all sorts of resources for you guys. I've made anything from what to declutter in every room to also gratitude journals that you can print out yourself. But thank you so much for hanging out, and I will see you guys again soon.